Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about why she'll never respect you if you let this happen. So what you got to understand about women is if she doesn't respect you, she can't love you. Okay, if a woman doesn't respect you, she also loses attraction for you as well, because women are attracted to men who they admire and who they respect. So basically, I'm going to go into some behaviors that you shouldn't do if you actually want your woman or a girl that you're dating to respect you. Okay, or if you just want women to respect you more. And also, this is a good way to get anyone to respect you too, because it doesn't have to just be with romance. Like if you display these kinds of strong behaviors, you'll get more respect from your friends. You'll get more respect at work. Now obviously some of these are more tailored to attraction and women, but it's still going to help you in other areas of your life too. And what you'll see actually when you watch my content and you apply the things that I tell you to, what you'll see is that you'll start to get a lot of confidence. Okay, and this confidence will spill into all areas of your life, not just with women. So let's get into the first point that I want to make, is that if you want her to respect you, then you must not be afraid of what she thinks of you. Okay, because if you're afraid of what a woman thinks of you, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to seek her approval, and you're going to care more about what her opinion thinks over your opinion of yourself. And that is very, very important that you don't do that. The most important opinion to you should be the opinion that you have of yourself. Okay, so one of the ways that you can get a higher opinion of yourself then, because maybe you've got low self-esteem, and if you are trying to get the approval of women and you're seeking their approval, the women that you're dating, and you're very worried about what women think of you when you're on a date with them, because you don't want to come across, like you're unconfident, or you don't want to say the wrong thing, and you're really worried about all this kind of stuff. One of the ways that you can improve that is actually in other areas of your life. So, for example, if you want to create a stronger opinion of yourself, you've got to develop self-discipline. And that's crucial, right? So how do you develop self-discipline? Well, you do the things that you know you should be doing. That's how you develop self-discipline. You've got to stop procrastinating. Because if you're procrastinating, you're going to feel rubbish about yourself. I don't know about you, but have you ever had a day where perhaps you wrote a to-do list, perhaps you had some things that you wanted to do, like perhaps you wanted to go to the gym, perhaps you wanted to eat a good meal, or perhaps you wanted to get tucked into that self-improvement book or whatever it may be. You had like some ideas of what you should be doing that day. Perhaps you finally want to start working on your business. You wrote a list, or maybe you didn't even write a list. You just, made a list in your head of the things that you wanted to do. You wanted to get ahead. But then for whatever reason, you spent the whole day playing video games, or you watched loads of Netflix, or you basically just didn't do it. You just didn't do what you said you wanted to do. I don't know about you, but the times when I've had days like that, I feel awful about myself. I feel rubbish. But in contrast to that, have you ever had a day where you set goals and you achieved them? Like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to have a healthy, nutritious meal for dinner. I'm going to spend time reading my self-improvement book or whatever it may be. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you actually did it, right? Perhaps you studied, right? Perhaps you're a student and that was your goal. Your goal was to study. I don't know about you, but on days that I do that, which luckily now more often than not, I feel great about myself. I feel phenomenal because I managed to do it, right? And I did what I said I was going to do. So if you want to have a higher opinion of yourself, that's what you need to do. You need to do the things that you know you should be doing, and the things that you set, the goals that you set for yourself. You've got to be trying to achieve them. You've got to be, aiming to do it. Okay, and that's one of the best ways that you can feel better about yourself. Okay, and to have a better opinion of yourself. Because if you're seeking approval from women, so let's give an example of this. Let's say, you're talking to a woman and you're lying about yourself because that's what you think she wants to hear. So let's say that she really likes a certain genre of music, right? And then you go into, oh yeah, I really like that kind of music as well, yeah, even though you hate it. So let's say she really likes rap music, but you really like heavy metal, and you're going into, yeah, rap's actually not that bad, I really like that song, but you don't, you actually hate it, right? That's probably more of an extreme example, and most people probably won't do that, but some guys do, some people do. They match their opinion to the other person because they're worried that that person is going to dislike them if they have a contrasting opinion, or they don't like the same things that that person likes. okay? And it's almost like you've got this energy of, I just want to get with one woman. It doesn't matter if we're the opposite of each other. It doesn't matter if she hates the stuff that I like or I hate the stuff that she likes. As long as I've got one, right? As long as I've got one that I, you don't even have to be like 100% attracted to her either. You might just be happy that you've got someone. And that's not the kind of way that you want to be living, and not kind of the kind of life that you want to be living. Because what will end up happening then is you'll get into a relationship with the wrong person, and then there'll be loads of arguments. There'll be lots of things that are just not great. So and that happening because you're with the wrong person. So for example, let's say you start dating a woman who's a party girl, right? And she comes home on the weekends and Friday nights at 3 a.m. But you're an early bird. You like to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym, right? If you are seeking her approval, what you'll do is you'll go with her and you will put her hobbies and her interests above your own, and you'll be out partying with her, and then you won't be able to go and do the things that you really want to do, like go to the gym or work on your business for whatever reason why you want to get up early, okay? And you'll be going against yourself, and she won't respect you for it, because more than likely she fell in love with you because you were this independent guy who had all these different hobbies, and now you've stopped doing them all because you got into a relationship with her. You've got to remain the guy that you've always been. Especially when it comes to the things that you really enjoy doing, especially those things that bring you true fulfillment and nourish you and make you feel confident about yourself, and they're just part of who you are. Yeah, because maybe that you've got hobbies that just really diminish you and you don't really know what it is that inspires you. It could be that, you feel rubbish about yourself because you're spending all your days eating the wrong food, talking to the wrong, having the wrong kinds of friends, you're around people that you don't even really like. Right? And it's all because, and you're doing things that you don't really like. You're watching too much Netflix, or you're binge eating, you're drinking too much, you're doing things that you don't actually really want to be doing, but you're just doing it because everyone else is doing it, right? But really what you really want to be doing, perhaps, I'm not saying that this is what you actually want to be doing, because maybe those things sound great to you and those are really inspiring to you for whatever reason. That's great, fine, you can have your life the way you want it. But if deep inside that you know that you've got your purpose for yourself, like maybe you really want to be an author, maybe you really want to be like a gym rat, and you really want to get like really nice and buff or whatever reason, or perhaps you have a business venture that you'd really like to do, or just some kind of hobby, but you're just not doing it because the women in your life are telling you not to do it, or because they like doing different things, or your friends don't like doing those things, and you feel awkward and geeky whenever you talk about those things. Right? You got to think about that, right? You got to go by the beat of your own drum. You got to do the things that you want to do, despite what women say, despite what your friends say, right? If your friends think you're dumb for going to the gym, be like, I don't care, I like doing it. That's what you say. It's what makes me happy, it's what makes me feel good. I like listening to my music, I like hitting the gym, I like hitting the weights. It's great, it makes me feel really good. You got to go by the beat of your own drum. Whatever inspires you, whatever gives you that ambition, you do it. You do it despite what anyone else says, because it's you and it's your purpose, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you a better human being. And you can feel that in your soul, okay? Sorry, I'm speaking with passion now, okay? But it's one of those things. It's so important that you go by the beat of your own drum. Now, of course, sometimes, yes, you are going to have to make compromises. Because let's say you get married, you have kids, right? You've got other responsibilities now. You're not always going to have the time to do the things that you want to do, or the things that you were able to do when you were single. But you should still make time for those things when you can. And maybe you have to negotiate with your partner. It's like, okay, well, can you have the kids in the morning while I do the things that I need to do, and then you can go and do what you want to do, and I'll take them on the weekend, or whatever it may be, or I'll look after them on, in the morning you can go out and see your girlfriends, whatever, right? Because it's important that you remain like that throughout your relationship. But if you let that go, if you stop doing those things, then she will lose respect for you, and she won't be in love with you anymore. Because you won't be the guy that she fell in love with in the first place, okay? But it's also important that you are with someone who is a little bit like you. So let's say you are an early bird. Now, I'm not saying that she needs to get up at 5 a.m. too, but it's important that she goes to bed roughly the same time as you, because if she's coming in at 3 a.m. and waking you up because she's been out partying, and maybe you have to look after her because she's blackout drunk, or she's throwing up down the toilet and you have to hold her hair back and all that kind of stuff. You got to think about these things, right? It's going to disturb your day. It's going to make you more tired. You're not going to want to get up at 5 a.m. if you haven't had a good night's sleep. Unless you've got like really strong self-discipline, which would be amazing. But it's better to be with someone who's going to go to bed at the same time as you are, right? It's just something those basic things. Okay, so don't be with someone whose goals aren't aligned with yours, or at least, it doesn't make it, they don't make your life more difficult and are actually pushing against your goals so you can't achieve them, okay? And as a man, your main goal in life should be your mission and purpose anyway. It shouldn't be your relationship. You should put what you want to be, the kind of man that you want to be, the kind of things that you want to do, the mission that you have for yourself. You've got to put that above your wife or girlfriend, okay? You can't put love and romance at the top. Don't put her at the top. Put yourself and your goals at the top, okay? And she'll be more attracted to you because of it, because women are more attracted to men, especially if they're very feminine, who are in their masculine. And one of the best ways that you can show that you're in your masculine is by putting a high priority. Your highest priority is creating that awesome life for you and your girl. And that one of those things might be your mission in life, which may be a business or something along those lines, right? So you've got to be that guy. You've got to put your goals ahead of everything else, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.